So I want to quickly advocate for all of those shitty licensed video game tie-in novels. Specifically because Halo: The Fall of Reach by Eric Nylund was my gateway drug, so to speak, to like reading anything at all as a middle school boy. So The Fall of Reach is this really fast-paced, energetic novel written by Eric Nylund in 7 weeks, though it doesn't really show at all. Just like a really fun book, and it was, admittedly in hindsight, kind of a regurgitation of every military science fiction trope going back all the way to Heinlein. What it did do was introduce me to reading as a sort of practice of escapism, which would eventually lead me to reading for all of the other reasons you should and can read. And I do think that the particular niche that a product like that inhabits, where it seizes your existing interests in a fictional world and uses it to sort of introduce you to the habits and the practices of sort of sustained reading, deep engagement with ideas that reading affords you in a way that maybe gameplay doesn't or film viewing doesn't, is actually very important for young people, and especially young boys who just like fucking don't read anymore. And you know, I think it probably is worth mentioning that like long before your teenage boy is ready to read something like War and Peace, or before he's ready to read Manufacturing Consent by Noam Chomsky, or We Should All Be Feminists, or whatever it is, he probably will be ready to read the Halo tie-in novel, or the Baldur's Gate tie-in novel, whatever the young boys are into these days, and young girls for that matter. They are effective gateway drugs. I mean that in the best way. And though I do still firmly believe that we should not only be encouraging young people to read, but encouraging them to read things of worth, which is not to say the tie-in stuff is not of worth. As someone who has worked in education and who has seen where young people are today in terms of literacy, the bar is that low where if we can just establish habits of readership and habits of literacy, that is still worth it. And that's what makes these kinds of schlocky IP beach reads still worthwhile and still culturally significant.